Hi all and welcome back to the All Things Football podcast for our 10th episode and the spookiest one yet. As ever, a chance for us to round up what is happening across the leagues and a chance for me to give you my latest strange footballing fact. So, it all started on Friday night as QPR faced Nottingham Forest with a great finish to the game. The championship didn't stop there as Fulham and West Brom looked to gain vital points to further the gap in the top three. Tottenham and Manchester United were the evening kickoff, with both needing the points, with pressure gaining on a certain manager. So, without further ado, Dan, how are we today?
Really well, pal. How are you doing?
Not too bad. It's Halloween, spookiest day of the year.
It is, and I promise to be on my best behaviour, and that's probably more for Salford City fans after last week.
You had some good feedback, didn't you, for last week's
I
episode?
did, yeah, and I think there was a lot of people that agreed, and quite a few Salford fans actually through the social media saying, "You're right," but yeah, it's one of them, ain't it?
That's it. You've had the rant. It's there. That's it.
Sometimes it's needed it, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to be on my best behaviour today due to a certain performance, but we'll come on to that very shortly. But when we come back, it's the Premier League.
Premier League. How are we looking this weekend?
Started off with the Aaron Ramsdale show. What a performance by the lads. Just remind everyone of the score, Adie.
Yeah, so it was Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2. Arsenal's good run's continuing, isn't it? And Arteta at the moment.
They're doing really well. Yeah, doing really well. And I think we writ them off, really, didn't we, earlier
We
on in the
did.
season? But yeah, Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2. Fantastic result there. Leicester City, I think that's a couple of losses now, isn't it, for them?
It is for them, yeah.
But
Currently in 10th.
And we always mention, don't we, that I think we mentioned it last week. We won't go too much detail into it, but they seem to struggle, don't they, when they're in those European competitions as well, and adapting to both.
Yeah. It took the toll on them, didn't it, last season? Was it last season?
Last season, even that
Yeah.
Champions League season when they were up there,
After
when
they
they won
won
the
the
league,
league.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, great result for Arsenal. That puts you up to 6th. Leicester, that puts you into 10th position. A fantastic result for a team that were in the relegation zone at the start of the day. Sean Dyche.
Absolutely. Burnley 3, Brentford 1. Cracking win for Burnley. Chris Wood's first goal in a long time as well. He
Yeah,
scored the
definitely
first
it
goal.
was. Yeah, that's a really vital win actually. And uh, how did you word it to me earlier about Brentford? That's 3 losses on the bounce now.
Yeah, 3 losses on the bounce. The Premier League, they're finding out how tough it is now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
How realistically, this is the time they've got to.
They're doing that
Yeah.
que sera thing, aren't they? Where they play so well against the league, the big boys of the league, and but the teams that they should, in theory, they should be beating because of the how well the
Yeah.
results have gone. They're not doing, and Burnley's an example of that today. I think they've got Brentford, Norwich, and co coming up as well soon. So we'll see how Thomas Frank can come back off these 3 losses now.
Definitely.
And let's
But
remember it was
vital win for Burnley. Yeah.
Chelsea and Leicester they lost to previously, weren't it? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't take too much into that. But yeah,
No.
the Burnley loss,
That's a
ideally you
big
wanted to
loss.
see. Yeah, it's a big loss, definitely. So yeah, Burnley 3, Brentford 1. How did things go at Anfield today? I think there was a comeback.
Yeah, so it finished Liverpool 2, Brighton 2. Liverpool were winning the game, what was it, 2-0, and then Brighton just came back into the game to draw 2-2. Fantastic draw that for Brighton.
And we
To
spoke,
draw
didn't
at
we?
Anfield as well.
To draw at Anfield, Graham Potter's doing a fantastic thing. 2-0 down, like you said, 7th in the league. It's really good. It's really good for Brighton. Liverpool, they're still unbeaten though, aren't they? Liverpool.
Yeah, still unbeaten.
There we
Can't
go. And
really say too much. Brighton have had a really good start to the season,
still
so
your
I wouldn't even
favourites?
say. I mean, it's tight at the top, isn't it, for Liverpool and Chelsea? Let's have a look. Still undefeated in the last 5 games, possibly. Well, undefeated all season. They haven't lost yet. Still, 6 wins, 4 drawn, none lost. Yeah, I'm still edging
Still
them as
going.
the league winners. Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic
It's going to
stuff.
be. I reckon it's going to be tight. I think it's going to come down to Liverpool and Chelsea at the end of the season. That's another bold prediction. But I think they'll edge it. I reckon.
So Liverpool and Chelsea. I think Liverpool for you. Chelsea is definitely one for me. So no Manchester City, who in fact lost today at the Etihad.
Oh,
2-0
slipped up,
loss.
didn't they? Yeah,
2-0 loss.
massively. So yeah, Man City 0, Crystal Palace 2.
Early doors as well.
Yeah,
Wilfred Zaha in about the 6th minute, I believe, and then Man City went down to 10 men on the stroke of half time. And then a player that's come under really good form and doing some great stuff under Patrick Vieira is Conor Gallagher.
yeah, 88th minute winner, wasn't it? He scored the second
He's
goal.
playing really well, and you could see that class in him when he was on loan at West Brom, and even going the season before, actually, when he was at, I think it was Swansea.
Yeah,
I believe he was
that's
at.
it. In the Championship.
But yeah, he's showing what a player he is. He's got a massive decision, I think, to make next summer, whether he's part of Tuchel's plans, or does
Definitely.
he make the move and go to a team like the Palaces or even a Brighton?
Like you said, he's proven himself now in the Premier League, second
Mhm.
season, really showing form. He's getting more assists. He's scoring. Well, I think was that his first goal this season or
First, it
second?
might be a second actually.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah.
If he can get goals into his game as well, fantastic. But yeah, big decision in the summer. Does he stay at Chelsea? Can he get into that midfield, or does he move on?
hmm
Tough times
We
for him in
shall
the
see.
summer.
But yeah, Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 2. Up to St James's Park and under new Saudi ownership is my favourites to win the league, and that's Chelsea. Result, Adie.
Yeah, so it finished Newcastle United 0, Chelsea 3. Bearing in mind Chelsea were missing both of their natural
Fair few.
strikers.
Yeah, there's not even just them
Few of the
strikers. There's a fair few
midfield
injuries,
and
isn't there?
yeah.
But 2 fantastic goals as well from Reece James today. Was it Reece James?
Reece James, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
He
getting my
scored a
names.
cracker, didn't he?
Oh, he
Was
did.
it his first
Yeah, he
goal?
did. So if you get the opportunity, yeah, check out Match of the Day or the highlights that you can see
Mm.
wherever you want to watch them. We ain't going to promote where, but yeah, you can go and watch there. Claudio Ranieri had a loss and then a fantastic win last week away at Everton. And then how did they do today?
Just couldn't continue getting that second win in a row. So it finished Watford 0, Southampton 1. A little bit of a slip up.
Che
But
Adams?
yeah, Che Adams with a win for Southampton. Really good win for Southampton to give them breathing space in the relegation sort of zone. But
I think so, yeah.
yeah, wasn't there is it a crazy run of fixtures Watford got next as well to try and get points from?
It is, yeah. They've got some, really tough fixtures to come up. We won't reveal because it will spoil the fixtures that are coming
But
up.
it's a
But
lot of some big top half names they've got
there's
coming up.
7 games there where it's just big boy after big boy after big boy, and it's not a great thing really to look at if you're a Watford fan. But we shall see how they
We
get
will.
on
Yep.
when it comes to that. And then the El Sacico,
El
was it,
Sacico was
as you
the
called it
nickname.
today?
That's it.
Who's the one that's coming away tonight with another game that they may have saved themselves from?
Well, so it finished Tottenham 0, Manchester United 3. Solskjaer, you live to survive another week. Nuno Santos, is
Could
it
the writing be on
working?
the wall? Yeah, could the writing be on the wall soon enough? We could sit here. We could sit here for the next half an hour and talk about the stipulations between Tottenham and Manchester United. But you know what? It's probably covered enough on these football podcasts
Yeah,
going along. How do you feel about Nuno? Do you think it is his
they don't
first?
like his style of play, do they?
They
The
don't,
Tottenham
and
fans. That's
by the sounds of it,
obvious.
there's a bit of unrest maybe in the back room as well. With Nuno. So we'll see. We'll see how
Seems that
that
way.
materialises. But in terms of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he got told he had 3 games
Yeah,
to go. He's got one under his belt now. Big derby
he
coming
has.
up there. In my eyes, and I spoke to someone quickly in the week. We won't go on too much about this. He's not a Premier League manager in my eyes.
Nope.
His CV
Fully
doesn't
agree.
warrant him being a Manchester United manager in my eyes. The conversation I had in the week was leaning towards Eric
It's Eric
Yeah,
Ten
Ten
Hag,
Hag.
the Ajax manager. Yeah.
I thought that was a good shout from a person I know that supports Manchester United. I better say it's Hi Rakash. I know you said about Eric Ten Hag earlier in the week. I think that's a good shout, and he was mentioning that maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sees out the season, and then
Yeah,
he takes over next
possibly.
summer. It's a good shout. I personally feel like the Man City game, if he loses that one, I'm not being
He's got
funny.
to
He's lost to
got to go.
Liverpool and then he's lost to another rival. You can't
Yeah.
stay in the job, not as a Manchester United manager. But yeah, we'll
I'll tell
see.
you what though, not just rivals, two biggest rivals.
2 biggest rivals,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Christ, if that happened down at Hawthorns, who we support, if they lost to Wolves and then
Wolves.
Aston Villa,
Yeah.
if anything, they would have gone at the Wolves game.
Yeah,
I thought that
definitely.
one. Mick McCarthy, you'll probably remember that one.
He'll remember that very well, won't he?
Definitely, yeah.
Odemwingie.
But yeah, Tottenham 0, Manchester United 3. And I think you were right in what you were saying. It's funny what can happen when you've got Cavani and Ronaldo on the pitch.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ronaldo got the first goal in the 39th minute.
Great volley. Yeah, it was
Cavani,
a great
yeah,
volley.
great volley. Cavani, start games. He's a hard-working player, even though he's 34, 35 now. He's got the legs in him to go still. And then Rashford with a classy side-foot finish to wrap up the 3-0 win. Really,
That's it.
really much needed win for Solskjaer.
Definitely. And we've got some games. So yeah, Tottenham fans, let us know. Is Nuno working for you? Do you give him more time? Or is it a case of, again, this merry-go-round of managers now since Pochettino's gone? For yourselves, we shall see. A really good tasty fixture tomorrow. Just to let people know, we are recording now on a Saturday night. And then, is it 9 o'clock? 9
Yeah,
o'clock we're going to
the
release it.
episode, publish it tonight, and then it will basically be up to ready for people to listen to at 9 a.m. on Sunday. That's right.
Perfect stuff. So yeah, but Norwich versus Leeds tomorrow, which is now looking like a really relegation zone affair
Yeah,
tomorrow.
weirdly,
I
before the
don't
start of
know.
the season, I wouldn't have seen Leeds being where they are, but
No, I don't know
yeah,
what it is. I can see Norwich winning that tomorrow.
that would be the pickup they need if they can get a win against Leeds, who are
I don't know what it
literally
is. I
in and
just feel
around
like
them.
Norwich might win that tomorrow. They've had a couple of draws in the last 5, haven't they? And
Mhm.
we just thought maybe they're switching like to. It would take them above Newcastle, so Newcastle could drop to the bottom tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm
But there's
going to keep
another.
an eye on that game. Could be
Yeah,
a
we will.
good
And there's
game.
another tasty fixture as well. It's Aston Villa versus West Ham. Now, Aston Villa, you're only 3 points off dropping into the relegation zone. However, for West Ham, that would put you on a win tomorrow would put you on 20
They're
points,
on a run of form, aren't they,
level
West
with
Ham?
Manchester City. That would, and then
Mm.
potentially, if you get a win, that's 3 wins on the bounce as well. So really good fixture there. And then on Monday night, it's Wolves versus Everton. So another interesting fixture there for that one. Wolves, the chance there to move up to 7th. Actually, Wolves, I
And
like
then
them.
Benitez at Everton, after that 5-2 defeat to Watford last week, he's going to want them to
Everton.
really defend well in this game.
Yeah, Everton have got a chance to go 5th or
Mm.
6th as well. So really good fixtures. So we'll move on to the table then. So in the top half, we've got Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City and West Ham United currently occupy those Champions League spots. Manchester United and Arsenal in the Europa League spots, and then Brighton in that Europa Conference League spot. And then we've got Tottenham, Everton, and Leicester City that make up the top 10.
So in the bottom half, we've got Wolverhampton Wanderers, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Aston Villa, Watford, and Burnley. In the bottom 3, we've got Leeds United, Newcastle United, and Norwich City.
Perfect stuff. When we come back, it's EFL Championship.
So the championship was back on Friday night. How were we looking on Friday night between QPR and Nottingham Forest?
It was by all accounts, it sounded like a really good game. It was QPR 1, Nottingham Forest 1. I think the story goes to Jack Colback maybe for scoring the last minute equaliser. There's nothing better than seeing an away end erupt,
Yeah.
and that definitely was deserved. And it kept that unbeaten record going. Actually, no, tell a lie, because they lost to Fulham last week, didn't they? Nottingham
Bar that,
Forest.
they've been
But
on a
they've been
resurgence though,
there.
haven't
Yeah,
they?
they've been great
Mm.
since Steve Cooper's taken over. But yeah, QPR 1, Nottingham Forest 1, and that brings us quite nicely, really, to the early kickoff today.
Absolutely. Yeah, where
I'll
do
let
we
you just
start with
talk
this?
about. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm more than happy for you just to chat about this one. I've got
Absolutely. So it finished Fulham 3, West Brom 0. The referee wasn't great at all. Fulham had a penalty, which shouldn't have been a penalty. It was poor officiating. Lots of people have said it today after the game as well. And then Fulham just basically ran away with the game. Not even though they weren't even massively fantastic, but
my
decisions. Yeah,
my comparison
yeah,
is Fulham and West Bromwich Albion
hmm
are very much the same team. Leggy in the midfield,
yeah,
poor defensively,
yeah.
but
But
they've got Mitrovic who can
that's
score
the
goals.
key. That's the key
Yeah,
difference, isn't it, between the two?
we can go on, and I can go on like I did today about the referee, Michael
Yeah.
Salisbury. You know who you are. Um,
It's it's done now, isn't it? But it was
it's
poor.
done, but at the
It
same
was poor.
point, this is becoming a common theme now for West Bromwich Albion.
Mm.
And was that 3 losses in 5?
Yeah. It's not the
3
best
losses
record at all,
away
really.
from home as well.
Hmm.
So away form needs to start picking up straight away. Thankfully, we've got Hull, City, and Middlesbrough coming up at home. So that might change. But you know what, Fulham, fantastic. What's that? 7 goals now in 2 games for yourselves.
Yeah,
Boy, you're lifting yourself away from that pack in the playoffs now.
no, definitely.
But I wouldn't say I'm sitting here today thinking Fulham will be there because of Mitrovic, because they've got a goal scorer that loves to score a goal and
And
knows where the goal is. And
yeah, it's their
West
attack,
Bromwich
isn't it? It's their
Albion
build up and everything.
would be there
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for this constant, right, we're coming back. Oh, let's pass back to the keeper and go from there. And that's where
Yeah,
the second goal came in.
that's where Snodgrass made the
And that's
mistake
where
today,
and that's
wasn't it?
where some of the common mistakes were happening today, and we just got caught out on the back and things like that. But yeah, fantastic result for Fulham. Fulham 3, West Bromwich Albion 0. Um, a, a great win for Nigel Pearson and his team.
Absolutely. Finished Bristol City 2, Barnsley 1. Like you said, fantastic win for Nigel Pearson's team, but Barnsley just can't buy a win at all. That's 5 defeats in a row.
I think it's more. I think
I
it's more
think
than
it
that
might be
now.
more than that. I
Yeah,
can see
I
the
think
last 5 games being 5 in a row, but
yeah. I can
yeah,
have a look. I'm pretty sure it's more than that now for them. Barnsley fans today asking if they can have Valerian Ismail back, and
really,
unfortunately, some West
not
Bromwich Albion
surprised.
fans were like, "Yeah, you can have him back," kind of thing,
Yeah,
which is the thing. But Barnsley, yeah, you're right. They are on a Cardiff run. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4,
definitely.
5, 6, 7 losses now
It's
on the
not good at
bounce.
all. I mean, before Ismail took over them, they were basically down
Hmm.
there in the bottom half anyway, weren't they?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's gone so bad compared to the way they finished last season. Just yeah, a lot of confidence must be shot right
definitely,
now.
yeah, yeah. But a result that was definitely much needed for Bristol City today.
Yeah,
Andres
absolutely.
Wyman literally just completely stole the game because they were 1-0 up. Barnsley, they were 1-0 up.
Mm,
Through Aseka, and then Vyman within a 3-minute masterclass just got them back into it, and yeah, they held on for the win. Good point, good 3 points for them. Let's go to
absolutely.
let's go to the team that are bottom of the league at the moment.
It's unfortunate, isn't it? We always say it about Derby, but it finished Derby County 1, Blackburn Rovers 2. Very good win to keep Blackburn in and around the playoff places. They needed that win,
That boy from
but
Chile again, weren't it?
Derby, yeah, it was the the Chilean. Yeah, we'll go with it. The Chilean sensation, Ben Diaz Brereton. I think he scored twice today, actually. Yeah,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
he's
And then
he's banging the goals. I'll tell you what. In January, there's going to be interest in him.
oh, it's got to be. Yeah, we said that about John Swift, so hopefully we
Funnily
haven't
enough,
cursed him now.
yeah, definitely. I was speaking to my brother-in-law today, massive Blackburn fan. We were talking about Brereton, and he's expecting like lower sort of Premier League teams possibly to come in for Britain in January. He's going to be a target if he can keep banging the goals in. I mean, before the Chile call up as well, he was a bit of a struggling striker for Blackburn, especially last season. But then he's had the call up to the Chile team. He's mixing with players like Alexis Sanchez, Artur Vidal, and he's just a different player, doing really well this
Do
season.
you recall? It's good. I like that. What the conversation you had today with
With
Scott?
Scott,
How you
yeah.
doing? How you doing, pal? You're right. How do you remember the last player striker that
Hmm.
signed by a certain northeast club from Blackburn Rovers?
I do. Alan Shearer.
Not a bad shout, really, is it?
But I mean, look what they did Adam Armstrong as well. They had him, didn't they? Another
They did,
northeast
and he
striker, and
went
look,
to
he's gone to
Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's to say that? Yeah, Norwich. I wouldn't say Norwich would be a good move. He'll just be back in the. But
yeah,
Newcastle would be a good
yeah,
start, even if it was in the Championship. Because
exactly.
whatever
Because
happens, they'd be back in the Premier League at some
let's
point.
face it, they're even if they get relegated this
They'll win
season,
the league
they're
in 10 years' time.
yeah,
The Premier League
definitely with
with the
that money
money.
in there, they'll be back up straight away, no doubt.
But yeah, good shout. But yeah, fantastic win there for Blackburn Rovers. You're just currently outside of the playoffs. It's looking very odd. There's a very tasty playoffs
Oh,
at the minute, that is,
so
for
tight.
there. But Derby County, that brings an end to a nice little unbeaten run that you had for yourselves. You know what? I had a little chuckle to myself today when they turned around and said Curtis Davis is your top scorer, and that just show the trouble that Derby have
Yeah.
Obviously with squad depth, and we've spoken about that
Tell
and
you
things
what,
like that.
if I was a Derby fan, I wouldn't be looking forward to the January transfer window, especially if
Well, I don't even think they can sign anyone, can they? There's still no.
well, no, it's that like the potential of losing players as well.
Well,
How scary would that be right
I
now?
don't even think they've got anyone to lose that's worth anything at the
Don't
minute.
know.
No disrespect or anything, but there's
Mm,
all I keep seeing is like these field, or was it Jagielka, Curtis Davis,
yeah,
which are all they
and
were
they've got
fantastic
obviously
players.
Ravel Morrison, haven't they? They got him in a free in the
Yeah,
summer.
yeah. And that's what they got, and that's
Yeah.
what they need to look to. If anything, if they could do with a couple of more freebies
Oh, definitely.
to help them. But yeah, it's they're what 5, 6, 7 points now adrift.
Mm. It's really horrible situation for them to be in.
It is indeed.
Definitely.
North York to Yorkshire, Huddersfield Town 1-0 victory today over Millwall.
Absolutely, it stops Millwall. They've been on a bit of a run, haven't they, recently as well?
They have indeed, yeah.
Mm,
Good win. I think it was quite late in the game as well for Huddersfield Town. Yeah, Hogg in the, I think with about 5 minutes to go, he got the goal there. But yeah, Millwall, you're right. They were on a bit of a run, weren't they? 2 games on the bounce. They were winning. Was it
hmm
2 games on the bounce? Yeah, 2 games on the
Yeah,
bounce.
yeah.
2 good wins as well, Sheffield United and Stoke.
And
Huddersfield,
they lost their last game, so that's a cracking
they
win for
did, and they
them.
lost their last game to who I think will win the league, Bournemouth. So,
Yeah,
who are currently playing at the moment. It's Reading 0, Bournemouth 0 at the moment. But yeah, Huddersfield, great win. You're back into
very
the
good win.
playoffs. Back into the playoffs on that one. To another team that are in the playoffs. We'll stay in Yorkshire, and it's Hull 0,
Yeah,
Coventry City 1.
it's just that classic 1-0 victory away from home. It's one of the best wins, isn't it? Really.
It was early doors as well. Godden got them underway in the 9th minute. It's a good thing for Coventry, and I think they've had a couple of results lately that have just been hit and miss. Maybe after that great win against Fulham all those weeks ago, but some good fixtures coming up now for Cov: Swansea, Bristol City, Sheffield United. So they've got some good fixtures coming up, but that keeps you in the playoffs. It puts the pressure back onto West Bromwich Albion now. In terms of the table, I think they're only a point behind now, aren't they?
That
A
early
point
December
behind.
fixture, that's going to be interesting.
It's going to be, say every week, don't we? Yeah, it's going to be a
It's going to be very
fantastic fixture
interesting.
there for that one. But great win there for Coventry. Hull City, you remain in the bottom 3 in the Championship from a team that have had a bit of resurgence lately under Neil Warnock. Middlesbrough.
Yeah, slipped up to so it finished Middlesbrough 0, Birmingham 2. Great away win for Birmingham. Was
3
that
unbeaten
another
now.
win on the
Yeah,
bounce for them now?
yeah, another win on the bounce. 3 unbeaten
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
league. Middlesbrough, that brings an end to your 3-game unbeaten streak. Two
yeah.
teams very
But,
close to each other in the table.
I mean, it's
Yep,
literally 2 points between them, isn't it?
exactly. It was
Yeah.
your classic mid-table clash there. But yeah, fantastic point there away from home for.
Well, yeah, it's a great win for Birmingham there. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
absolutely.
Lee Bowyer's team getting a fantastic win away, and a team that I've been on a bit of a high lately is Luton Town, and our draw specialists
They're, they're,
got
they're
the
not
win.
draw. They're not our draw specialists anymore, are they? So yeah, Preston 2, Luton 0. Like Dan just mentioned, Luton were on a bit of a roll, but Preston, fantastic win today. How are we looking, Preston? You are currently 19th, so good win. Bit more of a gap from the bottom teams as well. And Luton, you're in 10th place. You've had I think it's still a great start to the season personally, but yeah,
Without a doubt, yeah, without a
yeah,
doubt, they've that playoff scene from pretty much West Brom down. It's just a matter of a team like Swansea
mm,
in 13th or 14th could be within the playoffs with a win. So it's
yeah,
so tight around that side, kind of mid-drift between the playoffs and that mid-table, that anyone at the minute, and you can see that at the minute, West Bromwich Albion, Coventry, Huddersfield and Blackpool
mm,
currently occupy those playoffs. Little dream playoff final there for me, that West Bromwich Albion,
that'll
Coventry.
be a good one.
I know the result of that though. West Brom don't do well in the playoffs. But yeah, there you go. But there, another great win for Luton Town.
Yeah.
To Bramall Lane, and a team that are doing so well under Neil
Oh,
Critchley. He is doing such a superb job with
they've been.
Blackpool.
I tell you what, they've been one of the standouts, haven't they, in
3
recent
games
months?
unbeaten,
Mm,
and there's he has done great. I'm kind of speechless for Neil Critchley and what is the story he's done for Blackpool, because he took
Yep.
them over in League One when they were struggling,
Mhm.
got them promoted, and now could it be back to
Yep.
back to promotions for Blackpool? Could we have them back in the Premier League after all these years?
Absolutely. So it finished Sheffield United 0, Blackpool 1. What a win for Blackpool. And Sheffield United, they've been resurgent recently, so even more so for Blackpool. Fantastic win.
3 losses, yeah, 3 losses in the last 5, 2 wins in the last 5. So
Mhm.
it's got mid-table form written all over that one.
Yeah.
But again, they were a team, weren't they? That was struggling. Oh, what a tasty fixture coming up! Nottingham Forest on Tuesday night for Sheffield United.
That'll be
Who's
a good
Blackpool
game.
got?
And they're literally joint on points as well, 17th
Blackpool
and 18th.
Stoke.
Oof.
Blackpool Stoke.
Again,
Next up.
that should be a good game as well. Everything's so close in this league. We love it. It's great.
It does. It scares me. It does. It scares me, especially when you're a supporter of the club in this league and
Yeah.
you're not in the top 2. It's it could be anywhere. You could be anywhere in that
Yeah.
league. But yeah, fantastic win there for Blackpool. Game of the day for me.
Oh,
And
yes.
one without Mick McCarthy in charge for Cardiff City. They were
They
3-0
scored
down.
goals. They
They 3-0
scored
down.
goals.
They were 3-0 down, pal.
Yeah. What a turnaround for Cardiff. So it finished Stoke 3, Cardiff City 3. Like Dan said, 3-0 down, and they clawed their way back. And getting 3 goals in a game has
It was
been
5
just
minutes of
mad.
absolute madness.
Mm.
And Cardiff kind of, you could tell that there was something. There was the thing that's been missing in all those games so far this season for them. It clicked in that
Yep.
second half finally. But yeah, a point. And it wasn't just a fact of getting the win today, I think, for Cardiff. It was more just a fact of just grabbing something.
Yeah,
And they got it.
definitely.
And they got a fantastic. And now they can just build on from there. They've got QPR on Wednesday night and then Huddersfield. So two games there really to test themselves now without Mick McCarthy's football for Cardiff City.
Tell you what, though, to go to Stoke and get a point in such a high-scoring game as well. Fair play, Cardiff.
Well, definitely, yeah. And Stoke,
Really good.
I think Stoke will be kicking themselves tonight because they're on the back of 4 losses in all competitions, 3 in the league before
Mhm.
that. They've got some tasty fixtures coming up. Like I said, they've got Blackpool and Luton next. So two
Mm.
really good fixtures there for Stoke. But yeah, since that win against West Brom, they've kind of went downhill a
Yeah,
little bit, Stoke. But
definitely.
yeah, we'll see how they get on for the remainder of the season. And then just the final fixture that we've got today, Swansea City. Russell Martin seems to be doing a little bit of a good job at the minute.
Years. So it finished Swansea City 3, Peterborough 0. Really good win there for Swansea. That's their win there. They lost their last game, but Peterborough, after the 2 wins in a row, defeat. Bit of probably a little bit of a bitter pill to swallow there. A
Forgot about that.
3-0.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
2 wins on the bounce, but those 2 wins on the bounce have really helped them, haven't they?
Oh,
They've
definitely.
cut themselves adrift now
Yeah,
from
of Hull,
Hull
definitely.
City, which is a good thing for them. Huddersfield and Fulham next for Peterborough.
They're going to be glad of that gap, I tell you. I reckon.
Definitely, yeah, especially with
Mm,
Cardiff now under a little bit of new hope with
yeah.
a new manager, hopefully in charge for them coming in soon. And then we've got a game that's currently running at the minute. It's Reading 0, Bournemouth 0 currently with 32 minutes gone.
Yeah, it looks like Gary Cahill's
Looks injured,
on
don't
the
he?
sideline for some reason. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So that's currently running. There we are.
But there we are. There's a championship for today. In terms of the table, we've got AFC Bournemouth, Fulham, West Bromwich Albion, Coventry, Huddersfield, and Blackpool make up the top 6. Blackburn Rovers, Queen's Park Rangers, Stoke, Luton, Middlesbrough, and Millwall make up the top half.
And then in the bottom half of the table, we've got Swansea City, Reading, Birmingham City, Bristol City, Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, Preston North End, Peterborough United, Cardiff City, and in the bottom 3, we've got Hull City, Barnsley, and Derby County.
Lovely stuff. When we come back, it's a very tasty EFL League One.
Let's talk about this tasty League One. How are we looking today?
It was again another day of some really good games. A little bit of
goals
consistency.
galore.
Oh God, yeah, and some real consistency from the league leaders as well. We'll start it all off actually. So we start it off with the league leaders.
Let's do it. Plymouth Argyle.
And there was a team that had been under some really good form at the minute. Paul Cook's boys, weren't it?
Absolutely.
Against Town.
Sound like a good game, this one, quite close. So it finished Plymouth Argyle 2, Ipswich 1. no stopping Plymouth at the moment, and it stops Ipswich's run of wins, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And I've forgotten how many they had won on the bounce, but I'm just trying to see what.
Ipswich Town were on a run of, it was 2 wins in a row, but 4 undefeated before this
It's
game.
11 games in the league unbeaten for Plymouth now.
They just, what a season! They're showing us that they're the most consistent team as well now.
They are.
Really
And
are.
we said that about Sunderland and Wigan really early on, didn't we? And
we did.
then all of a sudden they've had a little bit of a blip, and Plymouth have come out of nowhere. And it's not that they've come out of nowhere. They're 11 games unbeaten. They've just kind of literally gone under the radar a little bit, haven't they?
But then in recent weeks, we've talked more and more about them, haven't we?
We
How they're
haven't.
shining
Yeah,
now.
it's Ryan Lowe's doing such a superb job, and it'd be great to see them in the Championship. I think all these clubs in these 2 leagues now, League One and League Two, they just dream of being in the Championship, probably more so than anything else. Just to be that 1 league away from that, having that dream of being in the Premier League. But yeah, fantastic result there for Plymouth Argyle, 2-1 over Ipswich. I don't think that stops Ipswich, to be honest. I think they will still have that momentum.
They're playing the league leaders who have just been phenomenal
That's
this
it,
season,
yeah.
really. So
it's a funny thing to say, but that, yeah, Ipswich Town would have normally been the name that you thought, yeah, that's an easy win for them. But Plymouth Argyle are now that team. Who have they got next? Plymouth. Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup, and then they've got Accrington Stanley in the league. Ipswich. They've got Wickham on Tuesday night.
Oh, that should be a good game.
I think that's a game in hand. I think these are the game in hand games, actually. Yeah, they are. But yeah, fantastic result there. Talking of one of the teams that we just had, Wigan Athletic, 2-0 victory today over Burton Albion. Burton have gone off a little bit, haven't they?
They've gone off the boil, haven't they?
Yeah, 2 games on the bounce losses now. 2 against 2 teams that are within that top 6, Oxford and Wigan. 2 wins before that. But yeah, Wigan Athletic, a bit of a topsy-turvy kind of run of form lately. It's kind of been lost one in the league. They lost to Lincoln in the week, then they beat Wigan, then they lost to MK Dons, beat Bolton, lost to Crewe, and I'll always lost to Crewe in the in the EFL Trophy. But they it's kind of been win loss. So if you're a Fleetwood Town fan, there's a potential that you might win that game on Tuesday night.
Yeah, if it follows that pattern.
Yeah, if they follow that. So yeah, Wigan Athletic 2, Burton Albion 0 in that one. Let's head to the team that stole the hearts in the Championship last season. I'm pretty sure, I don't know whether, just remind people of the result today for Wickham.
Oh, absolutely. So it finished Fleetwood Town 3, Wickham Wanderers 3. What a game.
3-3. So it all started off with Fleetwood went 1-0 up, then it went to 1-1, then it went 2-1 Wickham, then it went 3-1 Wickham, and then
come back from Fleetwood.
And then a 4-minute turnaround then from Fleetwood to make it 3-3. Fleetwood, you've had a bit of, let's have a look. So that's 2 losses on the bounce. And then today you got that point back. You've got Wigan coming up on Tuesday night. And then thankfully you've got some cup games in between them, but then you go to Doncaster. Now looking at you in the table now, Fleetwood.
Yeah. I mean, Fleetwood have got the game in hand by the looks of it as well.
Yeah, they have. They play that on Tuesday. That's when the Wigan game. That's the Wigan game, the game in hand. So Wigan have a chance actually to go top on Tuesday night because they've got a game in hand over Plymouth as well. But however, yeah, Fleetwood 3, Wickham Wanderers 3 on there. Now to a team or teams.
Oh, yeah.
Over to you, pal.
Wow. Okay. Let's just go with the result first. Rotherham United 5, Sunderland 1. What a win for Rotherham.
Is the Sunderland... You said this, didn't me, today? You said this to me today. You believe now that this is the Sunderland that we've seen for the last 3 years in this league that starts so well and then crash and burn.
Is it going to happen again?
Do we see that happening?
Are they going to spend another season in League One? This will be
such a massive game on Tuesday. Such a massive game on Tuesday. Sheffield Wednesday away on Tuesday night. The game in hand.
Yep.
It's a massive fixture.
The thing
they
is,
lose that.
Yeah.
I think you might be right.
That's 2 defeats on the bounce as well now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
For Sunderland?
Yep. It's looking ominous.
Yeah, Charlton, that's right. Yeah, they lost to Charlton, didn't they, under Billy Jackson's first game for them.
They did.
But there we go. Yeah, a fantastic result for Rotherham today. That puts you into fourth. Sunderland, you remain in fifth in the table. And then to the team that are cropping up the playoffs is Oxford United, and they got another win today, a 3-1 win over Morecambe.
Fantastic. So Oxford, sixth in the playoff places there. Fantastic.
Little bit of form.
Yeah, they've picked up. They've one of them teams who've started
Like
picking up,
3 or
haven't they?
4 wins on the bounce, actually, I think, for Oxford. Let me just check.
I
Pretty
don't
sure
think
it's
they had the
4.
best start to
Yeah,
the
it's 4
season,
wins
did
on the
they?
bounce.
If I recall, they didn't have the best start to the season as well.
Apologies. 3 wins on the bounce. 4 wins in all competitions, but 3 wins in
Okay.
the league on the bounce.
Yeah, they're definitely picking up results now, Oxford.
Yeah, because they started off really well, didn't they? And
Yeah,
then I think a couple of episodes in,
bit of a blip, wasn't
they
there, in
dropped
there?
out, didn't they? They kind of dropped
Mm.
into like the middle part, into the lower part of the table, and then
Yep.
they've had a bit of a resurgence again now. He's a top manager, I think. Yeah, Carl Robinson.
Mhm.
It's a tough
Fantastic
league to
win.
get out of. It's a really tough league, and you've only got to speak to Sunderland fans to say how much of a tough league it is to get out of.
Oh,
And things.
yeah.
So I always
It's
see it that any team that gets out of this league has definitely deserved it.
yes, it's a tough league to
And
get
that's
out
a
of.
funny thing to say because they should deserve it because they've finished in the positions that they are. But I'm talking more about the playoffs, and
Mhm.
Sunderland seem to be in those playoffs quite often, and they just can't get out of them. But yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see how they get on with
they
that one.
struggle, don't they?
On their perfect stuff. So we'll run through the rest of the results then in the league. So Cambridge United 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. Good little win that for Cambridge actually.
Hmm.
Nice little lower league, lower table kind of
Yeah, helps
result
them a little
there
bit.
for them. Result of the day, and Johnny Jackson, get the job.
Oh,
Go get the job, pal.
just give them the job.
That
Give
was
them
a
the permanent job.
that was definitely a win that was needed today. Charlton Athletic 4, Doncaster Rovers 0. And we were saying, I think we said it the last couple of weeks now for League One, when you're playing each other down that relegation battle that's going on down there, you've got to win those games. You know what, Charlton
Yeah,
have done that.
gain whatever advantage over your rivals you can. Yeah,
Definitely. And obviously things weren't working under Nigel Adkins when he was in charge. It was Nigel Adkins, weren't it?
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And then Johnny Jackson came over. They went to the Stadium of Light. They've got the 3 points there at the Stadium of Light, and then they've got a vital 3 points again today for Charlton, and that actually brings you outside of the relegation zone as well. So that's Johnny Jackson. Yeah, no doubt he will probably, and I think Charlton fans will probably want him as manager
Yeah.
as well. One extreme to the other. Two teams that were in separate leagues last season. Cheltenham 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
Again, another few goals in a game there in this league. It's just crazy sometimes how many goals we get in League One.
And it's
But
really bizarre.
yeah,
Cheltenham actually went 1-0 up, I believe. Cheltenham went 1-0 up, and then if it wasn't for the own goal that Cheltenham unfortunately conceded, that would have been a massive win for Cheltenham today.
definitely.
And but yeah, 2-2. That's two. That's a draw that was needed, especially after that loss to Doncaster last weekend. But again, they before that they were on a really good run of form. So, and they're not in the relegation zones. They're outside, aren't they? Yeah, they're outside. They've got a good 4.5 point gap on the teams below them. I think it's a good so far with what 15 games gone, 16 games gone. I think it's a good turnaround for Cheltenham Town, especially after promotions, and Cambridge United as well, who are just above them.
Sorry to cut you in
Go for
there,
it.
Dan, quickly, but we've had a goal.
We have.
It's Reading 0, Bournemouth 1. Great header back into the box from Cahill, and then that man Solanke done it again. There we are,
Another
1-0
striker scoring
Bournemouth.
goals. There we go.
He's on it, isn't he,
Bournemouth.
now?
Yeah, Bournemouth looking for their 15th unbeaten run today. Yeah, lovely stuff. Yeah, keep an eye on that game. It's an
Will
interesting
do.
one. To the team that at the bottom currently of League One, and that is Crewe Alexandra. It was looking like it might be going okay for Crewe. They equalised in the 52nd minute, and it wasn't too bad. And then it went
Just
down really,
fell
really
to pieces
quickly.
by the looks of it.
Pretty
Yeah,
much in the last sort of 10 minutes. It just fell to pieces for them. Crewe Alexandra 1, MK Dons 4. David Artell, is he a manager that potentially could be under pressure?
could well be.
Only 8 points. They're slow. They're about the 7 points adrift now.
Yes, of 20th place Charlton. Yeah,
So not
Yep.
looking good there. But yeah, for Crewe, and then Gillingham 0, Accrington Stanley 0. Both 18th for Gillingham, Accrington in 10th. So I think that's a good point for Gillingham today on
definitely.
that one. Lincoln 1, Shrewsbury Town 1. So Lincoln, you're on 12th, and then Shrewsbury, you are just propping up at the 21st in the relegation spots there in League One. And then the very, very common theme, ex-Premier League fixtures. Over to you, Adie.
Yeah, so it finished Portsmouth 1, Bolton 0.
And that
Portsmouth,
win was needed.
it was. However, looking at the table today, I didn't realise how bad Bolton's record's been in recent times. That's 4 defeats from the last 5
Ouch.
for Bolton. They're currently level with Portsmouth, though. It's this league sometimes it's bizarre.
They've had some games, haven't they, when that run
Yeah,
started? As I'm just looking
yeah.
now. So Sheffield Wednesday, Wigan, Plymouth, and now
Oh, some of the big boys in the league
yeah,
this season. Yeah,
and they've got Crewe next. So on paper, you'd probably look at that and go, "There's 3 points there." And then they've got Wickham and then Doncaster. So we're going to see see how Ian Everett's boys do in those
definitely.
fixtures. But definitely a much needed win there for Portsmouth
Yeah,
after the draw last weekend. Hopefully, maybe things are turning now for them. Got Cheltenham next on Tuesday night, a game in Antwerp. Where will that take them, that win? Portsmouth 19, 20, 22. So that would bring them back up into the
about
playoff
10th-ish,
mix. Yeah,
11th,
I
10th.
didn't
Yeah.
realise if you look at the table,
Hmm.
they're
Yep.
pretty much the top 7. Well, yeah, call it the top 7. They're out, they're away. Yeah, there's a 5-point gap between Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday. So the playoff teams are kind of
They're pulling up. Like
pulling away,
it's
aren't they?
15 games,
Mad.
starting to pull away a little bit.
Pull
Yeah.
away, yeah, absolutely mental. But yeah, Portsmouth 1, Bolton 0. So in terms of the table in League One, that's Plymouth Argyle, Wigan Athletic in the top 2, Wycombe Wanderers, Rotherham United, Sunderland, Oxford United in the playoffs, and then you've got Milton Keynes Dons, Sheffield Wednesday, Burton, Accrington, Ipswich, and then Lincoln in the top half.
And then in the bottom half, you've got Portsmouth, Bolton Wanderers, Cambridge United, Cheltenham Town, AFC Wimbledon, Gillingham, Morecambe, Charlton Athletic, and in the bottom 4 we have got Shrewsbury Town, Fleetwood Town, Doncaster Rovers, and Crewe Alexandra.
Fantastic stuff. When we come back, it's Adie's Strange Fact of the Week. What you got for me then this week, pal?
Today we have got Stefan Dembicki holds the record of scoring the most goals in a single match. So back in the 1942 to 43 season, he achieved this feat by scoring 16 goals against Albi Asturias in the first round of the Coupe de France. Basically, I think it's the French FA Cup. 16 goals in a game. And I think it finished like 32-0, the result as well.
16 goals in one game.
Absolutely.
RC Lens.
That's it. Yes. Sorry, RC Lonzi played for.
What do you say? The Coupe de
right.
France. Yeah,
That's right.
their.
Yeah.
I think that's like their FA Cup.
I think it's the FA Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
But 16 goals in a
I'm
game.
just looking now. 32-0 win.
That's it.
First round, 1942-43 Coupe de France.
And the thing is, if you think back in them days, football was a lot more of a tougher game as well to play. Pitches were awful.
Well, yeah.
I mean, look at the pitches nowadays compared to, yeah. So fair play. 16 goals in a game.
Dembicki was born in Germany to Polish parents and then moved to France at a young age. And then he played for RC Lens pretty much he only played for them for 13 years.
13 years.
So he was 20 when he got into that game.
Wow.
There we go.
There we are. That's today's strange football fact. 16 goals in a game.
16 goals in a game. 32-0 victory over Albi Asturias in the first round of the 1942-43 Coupe de France.
And I believe that is the record of scoring most goals in a professional football game as well. I did
What was
check
that,
that as well.
1942-43?
42-43 season, yeah. I don't remember it well at all.
And it didn't even go on to
before
win
my
it.
time.
Didn't even go on to win it.
No,
Unbelievable.
even after that win.
Even after that win. Let me see who won it that year. So it would have been 1943, weren't it?
God, I wouldn't even have a clue who would Marseille have been up there?
Bordeaux were the runners
Bordeaux?
up. Oh, Marseille, Marseille won it.
There we go. Yeah.
16 goals, 32-0 win, and they still didn't even win it.
That's
Unbelievable. Perfect. I look forward to these every single week. Thanks again, Adie, for your strange football fact of the week. When we come back, it's EFL League 2.
League Two. How are we looking this weekend?
A couple of upsets, I think, in this week. We'll run through the results actually. There was an earlier kickoff today. Just for the benefit of people, we're recording these now on a Saturday for release on a Sunday. We just find it's nice and easy for us to be awake on a Saturday night to do these things rather
Absolutely.
than a Sunday morning. But yeah, Northampton 3, Carlisle 0 was the early fixture. So two teams opposite ends of the table. Northampton remaining themselves into the top 3, and then Carlisle dropped into the relegation zone. So yeah, that was the early kickoff today. Over to you, pal. What was the next game?
Yeah, next game was Barrow 1, Rochdale 2. Barrow, 15th place. They've been. I think that they'll be okay with that at the moment, to be fair. Fairly new to the division. But Rochdale, where are you? You are literally 2 places above them.
Two
So
places above, yeah. So very
good
much a
win.
very mid-table-ish
Yeah, mid-table
kind of
affair.
game there. Yeah. So yeah, completely agree. Bradford 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. So Forest Green Rovers remain top of the league. I don't know. I can't remember how many points they are now leading the way.
They are 3 points clear of Port Vale in second.
There you go. So they've got a little bit of a gap there. So yeah, and everyone's played 15 games as well in this league, which is always a good thing. So yeah, for Forest Green remained the way. Bradford City dropped down to 12th.
Yeah, literally dead mid-table.
Dead mid-table,
Yep.
yeah. So, but a good point there for Forest Green after that blip that we had a couple of weeks ago. But I wouldn't even say a blip. It was only one game. They've pretty much been
Yeah,
unbeaten for the whole season.
exactly.
Forest Green. But there we go. Head to, I believe it's Essex.
Yeah, so it finished Colchester 2, Scunthorpe 1. Good win for Colchester, but Scunthorpe.
Just when you thought,
Yeah,
and I said it last week, they drew against Barrow. They
hmm
beat John Yems's boys in
they did.
Crawley, and then yeah, they go back to their
Slipped up
losing
again.
ways. We've
Yep.
not some good fixtures coming up for them actually. Salford and Mansfield coming up, so a chance really to apply themselves and see if they can get. How are they looking in that league, pal? Are they adrift by much?
Scunthorpe, not really. I mean, it's literally a point from safety.
Okay.
Oldham in 22nd. So yeah, it's so tight at the bottom.
Yeah, it is. It's slowly
Really
getting there.
tight. But Colchester, what a win. 2 defeats before this game as well. So much needed win. Pulls them a little bit further away from the bottom half. Sorry, the bottom few teams, should I say.
Yeah,
So really good win for Colchester. Really good win.
I'd agree. Yeah, definitely. And we just mentioned John Yeoms there. His team, Crawley Town 1, Port Vale 4. So Port Vale
Oh dear.
remain in second. So Port Vale are definitely looking like the team that could be in League One next season, which is a good thing, I think. It's been a while, like we mentioned, since they've been up there. But yeah, for Crawley, they now drop down to 18th in the league, and that's 4 losses on the bounce. And I'm pretty sure, John Yeoms, if you are
I was going to
listening,
say, you probably know my burning question. Has he spoke today
I
after
haven't
the
seen
game?
him speak today. No.
I'm going to have to see if he's spoken. I need to listen to him.
4 loss on the bounce. I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah.
some form of social media fan account that's been set up for him with all his rants and
I'm going to
raves.
be following that soon.
Absolutely, get on there. But yeah, 4 losses on the bounce now for
Yeah,
Crawley Town
that's poor
in the
form in
league.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And keeps Port Vale. That's 2 wins on the bounce, 4 unbeaten in the last 5, which is always a good thing as well for them. Over to you, one of the new boys from last season. I think it was a good day for Joey Barton today.
Yeah, so Harrogate 0, Bristol Rovers 1. Good win for Joey Barton. Hopefully he'll keep his name out of the limelight this week because yet again he's been in
Oh
trouble,
yeah,
hasn't he? This week was it?
Holocaust
Yeah,
remark or something. Yeah.
he made a remark to do with the Holocaust.
Mm.
That's a massive no.
Can't help
Joey should have
himself,
known
can he?
better. Just can't help it. Just he loves controversy, doesn't he?
It's really
So
mad, actually. I'm just looking at the table now. 18, two wins. Bristol Rovers potentially in the next 2 games are in the playoffs. So yeah, it just
such a
shows
bonkers
how
league.
tight this league is. It's
So
absolutely
close.
mental. But Harrogate, that's 2 losses on the bounce now for Harrogate. In 7th, I'm pretty
Still
sure that
just
the
in the
fans
playoffs. Yeah.
will be pretty happy with that. But 2 losses on the bounce. You're not great in form at the minute. In the top 7 in that league. Big result today. Leyton Orient 5. Hartlepool 0. Leyton Orient in 6th and Hartlepool in 10th in the league. Now, straight over to a team that have been struggling of late under the guy. Is he still manager, actually? Is he still manager? But Nigel Clough's Mansfield, how are they doing?
Great win for Mansfield today. So yeah, it finished Mansfield 2, Tranmere 0. Like you said, Dan, much needed win for Mansfield. Currently 20th. They're joint on points with Stevenage, so it's so tight at the bottom. But like you said, the wins in that bottom half try and pull yourself from the bottom sides there. But great win, and
Definite win that was needed, yeah, because they've only won 3 all season.
Yep.
They're drawing plenty of games, and like you mentioned, Adie, it doesn't. Scunthorpe could win a game, and they could pump themselves up to 4 places, 5 places with a win. So it's really tight. It's turning into 3 leagues, League Two. You kind of got like the top
There's massive
kind of
splits, isn't there?
10, and then between 11th and like 15th there's a little league going, and then you got everyone else below is kind of like relegation kind of thing. It's really mental.
But back to Nigel Clough, sorry, he's still definitely in charge. He is still manager.
Yeah, I've just seen. But Mansfield, yeah, it's a really good result there for them. Tranmere Rovers, that leaves you in 11th position at the minute. Over to another team, Newport 5, Stevenage 0. So a big win there for Newport under the new guidership of James Rowbury. So good start there for him. And Newport County, that's 5 unbeaten, 2 wins on the bounce. So good start for him there. Stevenage, don't think you're right. Yeah, yes. So that's 3 losses now in 5 for yourself, starting in 21st position.
In that tough position down there, so tight, so very tight.
I'll do the next one because the team after this one, obviously, I want to try and stay away from after my little talent of last week. Oldham Athletic 1, Swindon Town 3. So back to winning form there for Swindon Town, who are currently in the playoffs. They're in 5th. And
I have a slight feeling this may have been a Premier League game, 93-94 season. I could be wrong.
It is. We mentioned it last week, didn't we? Yeah, we mentioned it last week, and when I looked at the fixture, I said, we've got an old Premier League fixture.
Because this was going to be the old Premier League fixture.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oldham 1, Swindon 3, and Oldham was a loss. Drew the last game. Still round there. Still 22nd. Still, I've not heard many things going on in terms of the fans and the board for a while. So maybe things are quietening down. I still think the trouble's there, but things are there. But great result there. Over to you, Paul, for the next one.
Yeah, so Dan's favourite football team, Salford 1, Exeter 2. We're not going to go on about the way it's going at Salford and Gary this week.
What was that result, sorry?
Salford 1, Exeter 2.
Still in charge, though, isn't he?
He is. We've it was a good. I enjoyed the rant last week, to be fair, but
quite a few people did. Which is fine. But Exeter City, that's a couple of, you're unbeaten in 5, 3 wins on the bounce for yourself. Salford City, that's 2 losses on the bounce now, 3 losses in 5. You are in 19th position there. And then last game of the day, Sutton United 0, Walsall 1. What a fantastic win that is for Walsall, which is quite a bizarre thing to say with a team that have just come up from the Football League. But Walsall, I think you said a couple of weeks ago, Adie.
Yeah.
2 wins, was it? And then they could be in the playoffs. And you're not wrong. They're 3 points off the playoffs now, Walsall.
That's it. One more win and they're there or thereabouts. I mean, how many teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 teams on 23 points, which is what they could be on if they win the next game. It's crazy how close it is.
No words. It's a great league. Yeah, it's slowly becoming our favourite one, isn't it?
Definitely. Between that and League One, it's crazy leagues, just brilliant.
Lovely stuff. So when it comes to the table in League One, Forest Green Rovers, Port Vale, Northampton Town are in the top 3 positions. Exeter City, Swindon Town, Leyton Orient and Harrogate Town in the playoffs. You've got Newport County, Sutton United, Hartlepool United, Tranmere and Bradford, who make up the top half.
And then in the bottom half, we've got Rochdale, Walsall, Barrow, Bristol Rovers, Colchester United, Crawley Town, Salford City, Mansfield Town, Stevenage, Oldham Athletic, and the bottom 2 are Carlisle United and Scunthorpe United.
Perfect stuff. Let's head over to non-league.
So, National League, how are we looking this week?
I think it worked quite well last week, the way we did it. So if you go through we'll go through the results. So I'll go through the results and I'll let you go through the table then. So we look at the top 7 in the Premier, the South and the North. So the Premier today, Boreham Wood 1, Southend United 0, Grimsby Town 0, Notts County 1. Oh, good result there for Notts County. Big fixture actually in the top 7. Dagenham and Redbridge 2, Chesterfield 2, and then we had Bromley 0, Halifax Town 0, and then Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 0 as well.
So in the table, Boreham Wood top of the table, Grimsby Town, Chesterfield second and third in the playoff places. Then we've got Halifax Town, Solihull Moors, Notts County, and Bromley. Obviously, they play each other in the playoffs, and I believe it's like a bye, isn't it, for Chesterfield and Grimsby if they were to stay in their positions?
Yeah, they go straight through to the semi-finals. Yeah.
So there we are. That's the National League top 7.
Bromley's still got those 2 games in hand. So those 2 games in
Yeah,
hand, if they win those, they would actually go joint top with Boreham
exactly.
Wood. Boreham Wood and Bromley, top 2. Fantastic story.
That'd be
I
great to
really
see.
wish the National League and non-league was shown a little bit more on telly. Thankful to the BT for showing the one game
Bit
on a
more
Saturday
coverage, though.
night. But yeah, a bit more coverage. Which I'll tell a lie, there was a game fixture on in the week, actually. There was Altrincham Solihull. That was on the telly as well. So there are the odd midweek fixtures as well. So it's good to see. And yeah, I do love the National League, and it's great to see Boreham Wood top of that league as
Really
well.
is. Really good.
Any tasty fixtures coming up? Boreham Wood, Notts County, Grimsby, Boreham Wood coming up soon. So yeah, so some good fixtures coming up. Chesterfield, Solihull
They'll be the
Moors.
real test, won't they, for Boreham Wood?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, great stuff in the National League. So that's National League. Over to the north. So we had AFC Fylde 2, Gateshead 0, Brackley Town 1, Gloucester City 0, Chorley 2, Farnsley Celtic 1, Boston United 2, Hereford 0, Kidderminster 4, Speddymore 0, and York 4, Blyth Spartans 0.
So
How's the table
AFC Fylde still top of the league, followed by Brackley Town and Chorley in the sort of promotion places where they go through to the next round automatically. Then you've got Boston United, Spennymoor, Kidderminster Harriers, and York City in the main playoff places.
Kidderminster Harriers now, yeah, they've broken into them and Boston. They've broken into the top 7 for this week. Into the south, we had top of the table clash actually. Dorking Wanderers 1, Dartford 0, St Albans City 2, Eastbourne 1, Tonbridge Angels 0, Oxford City 2. Oxford City doing really well at the minute. Dulwich Hamlet 4, Hampton and Richmond 3. Good big game there. And then Hungerford 3, Maidstone 2. And I've got a sneaky suspicion you're not going to tell me that Maidstone are in the top 4 for some reason. I don't know why. I've got a feeling they're not going to be in the top 4.
So in the table, we've got Dartford top of the league, St Albans City, Oxford in second and third respectively. Then in the main sort of playoff places, we've got Dorking Wanderers, Ebbsfleet United, Dulwich Hamlet, and then in 7th place, Maidstone United.
Really big drop actually for Maidstone. They've not had a great run of form at the minute. I'm just going to do some bit of investigating for Maidstone, see what's going on. Yeah, not great. Not great recently. They got a draw last weekend, but yeah, on the previous to that, they've lost a couple of games. So yeah, they've lost. They've got some games in hand though. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. That's the thing.
That's 3 defeats from the last 4, isn't it?
Yeah, they've played 11, and the teams above them have played less games. So yeah, Maidstone on
2
the
games
slip there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's head over then to step 3 of non-league. So the leagues below the north and the south. So the Northern Premier League. I can't remember who I said last time. I'm just going to have a quick look and see on there. Actually, I don't even know why I'm looking because it was the FA Trophy. It's the FA Trophy, so I don't even know why I'm looking. So in terms of those games, I haven't got those games to hand, unfortunately, but I do know for when we cover our teams, our local teams, Soham Town Rangers 0, Nuneaton Borough 3, and that was in the FA Trophy today. How did your local non-league team do?
Yeah, so it finished Romulus 0, my Worcester City 2 in the Midlands Football League. So yeah, 4th place for Worcester,
still
doing
4th?
okay.
That's good. Yeah,
doing
still
well.
4th in the league. So yeah, looking for that promotion. You could play the Nuneaton Borough next year. Well, depends if they don't
Unless they switch over.
Yeah, I was about to say yeah, counting the chickens there. But yeah, some fantastic stuff there. But next weekend's really exciting time for really FA Cup. Looking forward to next week's episode because it's the FA Cup first round weekend, which is a great weekend. Some fantastic games on the telly. There's about 6 in total. across the BBC and ITV. So there's some really good non-league games there as well. Fantastic stuff. When we come back, it's the wrap up and just in terms of the European leagues, and then we'll wrap up the show.
So, how did Dortmund and Schalke get
How
on
did
in
your
Germany this
Dortmund do?
weekend?
Yeah, how did your Dortmund get on?
So, Dortmund played against FC Cologne this weekend. It was a 2-0 victory. Not much more I can say on that, really, to be honest.
No,
Good
still
win.
second in the league.
Yeah, still second in the league. Not going to overtake Bayern, I don't think. No. But it's only a point difference between them at the top. So.
It is. I don't know if you've seen, but something occurred to me today when we were running through these leagues, and obviously we're not going to run through them like we did previously.
Yeah.
But look at Freiburg. Look at their records and tell me if you spot how well they are actually doing.
Unbeaten.
They've
They're
not
the
lost.
only unbeaten team.
Yeah, they've not lost. Not lost at all. Far too many draws. Other than that, they'd be top of the league. So Freiburg doing absolutely fantastic. Schalke over in the Bundesliga too. Unfortunately, it was a 1-0 loss on Friday night to FC Heidenheim. Still remaining third position. That's 2 losses on the bounce now for Schalke because we lost at 1860 Munich in the week in the German equivalent of the FA Cup. And just to say, I'm sorry to point this out, but Borussia Mönchengladbach, thank you so much. What a win that was.
That was,
knocking
was it a
Bayern
5-0
Munich.
win?
Yep, 5-0 win, knocking them out of the cup, which is always a fantastic thing.
Yep.
So at least Bayern's name won't be on the trophy this year for that one. But yeah, third in the league still for Schalke. Over in Scotland, Rangers still lead the way. Celtic had the opportunity today, but yeah, missed a penalty in the last minutes, so they didn't do that. Serie A, who's leading the way?
In Serie A, we've got, I think it's still Napoli leading the way. AC Milan second, Inter Milan and Roma make up the top 4, really. We're not going to talk about that team from Turin because they're not in the top 6.
They're not even worthy on the All Things Football because they're not even in the top 6. Real Madrid lead the way in La Liga, and then pretty sure in Liga 1 it's PSG.
It's PSG. Yeah,
of course
top
it
of the
is.
league.
PSG, lovely stuff, and that's another week done. Another week done. And just so you all know, I only said in my eyes once this week.
You did a count.
Once.
Brilliant.
I only did it once. And if I want to say it's in my eyes, it's in my eyes. But yeah, only once this week. But another great week. I'm really looking forward to next week's show, mate. We've got Premier League, we've got Championship, and then it's I feel like next week's all about the FA Cup.
Yeah.
First round's plenty of games on the telly. Which is always a good thing.
There's a lot of coverage, isn't there, as well, for the first round, which is good.
It is, yeah. The 6 games across the BBC and ITV, which is it's so good not having it on like BT or Sky because the FA Cup. We need this to be.
That should be free for all to see.
It should be, yeah. It should be simply because it. I don't know whether when it went to BT, it kind of lost its way.
I think it lost a bit of magic, going there.
It's because not many people can watch the cup games, and I love the BBC for the simple fact that regardless what it was on BT, they went out their way, didn't they, to show like the first, like the qualifying rounds, those first qualifying rounds. Christ, they had the Neaton Borough on earlier on in the season, which was wicked.
Like you said, and it's teams you may not have ever heard of, and it's like, oh, let's see how they do.
That's it, and I'm really looking forward, really looking forward to next week's show. We'll do the same again. We'll record it on the Saturday night because unfortunately I turn another year older next week, so I won't be able to record it when we normally would. So we'll do that next week.
But it should be. It's normally the episode's normally published and normally out by about say 9 a.m. on the Sunday.
I think going forward we're going to record these on a Saturday night and we're going to release it at 9 a.m. on the following Sunday. And I've got to say we've had some really good stats recently. And I just want to thank each and every one of you that listens. I know sometimes it can be a bit tedious, maybe, but keep the feedback coming in. We're 10 episodes in, and we're in it for the long haul, aren't we, mate? We want to continue doing this, but keep the feedback coming in. And I'm very interested actually to see whether we can get a supporter on.
We talked about that earlier.
We said we wanted to get like the first 10 out of the way, didn't we? And then start getting some fans on. So
definitely,
just trying to think.
Be good to get some views, wouldn't it? From
it'd be good to have like a little mini a little bit of mini segment on their team, and they could help us cover the league that their team are in. Actually,
I think there's a way with the platform Anchor that we use for this podcast, we can actually get people to, even if they weren't on like live recording with us, we can
they
get
could leave
people
us
to
a
record
message.
messages. So we can
Yeah,
arrange that as well.
yeah, definitely.
Send a
So
link for that.
we'll arrange that, which is a good thing to do. We'll do that. But other than that, guys, thanks very much again, and I will speak to you next week.
Lovely. Cheers, Dan. So, yeah, another good footballing week. On the social medias, if you wish to follow us on Twitter, we are on twitter.com/ATF on Anchor. On Facebook, if you look us up, it's All Things Football Podcast. Facebook.com, should I say, /All Things Football Podcast. And you can find us on YouTube as well. If you just do a search for All Things Football Podcast on there, if you wish to view the clips on there rather than the listening the normal way on the podcast, you can do that. But from me, thanks a lot. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye bye for now.